All right, guys, welcome back to another video. It's your man Jay. So today we're going to be doing the camera comparison with Google's latest cameras and Apple's latest cameras. So this is a blind camera test, and I'm not going to tell you which is which. I'm just going to post the footage, and you will get to see the samples. And I'm going to be focusing predominantly on video, just so you know. So if you're looking for photos, look for that one in another video. Even if I throw some photos in here, there won't be very many. This is strictly about video, 4K, and cinematic video in different scenarios. So this is the first camera here. This is camera A, if you want to call it camera A. This is the footage from the front camera in 4K 30 HDR. That is the first sample that we're doing here. Oftentimes when I compare Apple's cameras to other devices, it's easy to pick them out. And it's just because of the way Apple produces their colors. However, when you're not comparing Apple next to something else, it looks phenomenal. I mean, the footage is always great. I like iPhones. I've clearly said that I love my iPhones. But I've got my iPhone. There are some people questioning with the photos that I posted online recently with the comparison to the Pixel. They were saying, hey, you know, the iPhone 14 Pro Max, that camera is too warm. You fixed the lighting. You don't have it set up right. All you guys really got to stop that, man. I mean, I have it set to cool, which is where I leave all my iPhones, and the lighting was the same. This is just how it handled the situation. So with that being said, everything is set the way I've always had it set for an iPhone. I love all my stuff very cool. It's just that the Pixels is a lot cooler and gives a more realistic tone. So some of you guys were asking about the tone in the other video, or in the other photos. Well, the Pixel got it right. So now I'm going to switch to camera B, and we'll discuss a little bit more about these cameras on that phone. All right, here is camera B. Now just keep in mind that I'm not using any external microphones, and I just have the phones on tripods, and I'm just here talking with them. So when it comes to cameras with the iPhone, again, versus other devices, people really get upset because they feel like the iPhone is getting a bad rap. But in reality, the Pixel has always had good cameras. They just lacked the longevity of recording, and they didn't have the cinematic feature. They didn't have portrait video. They didn't have these things. They've always been really good cameras. Dating back to my Pixel 4 XL, I shot a completely night video in the dark with just the street lights with that of one of my cars. And people were so blown away when I told them that was the Pixel 4 XL that did that video. So when it comes to direct comparisons, I'm just going to put these phones in the same scenario, and you just be the judge of which one you think you like better. Now, in most situations, people can really pick out the iPhone for some reason based on the colors. So I'm going to try to just keep it the exact same scenarios I'm going to be in, and we'll see how this plays out. So we're going to go ahead and probably go to the next device. I think I've given you a little bit more footage on the first device, but I'm going to go ahead and give some shorter clips now of each device in different scenarios. So advantage definitely goes to the iPhone right out the rip because it can do 4K cinema on the front and the rear, and the Pixel can only do 1080p on the rear in cinematic video. So it may have the advantage. I'm not gonna hold it back. I'm gonna give you all the 4K 30 cinema that the iPhone can do, and then I'm gonna put the Pixel at its highest resolution, which is 1080p in cinematic video. So let's go on to the next step. So a simple walk. Walking with both phones. You get to see what it's about. Pan a little bit. Let's look at these. iPhone's doing really good with that footage. They both look good here. So it's so hot outside, the grass is going dormant. There are some green patches in the grass, but here's a good look at it. You can see how both phones are handling this. I'll try to take a couple photos, but I'm really focusing on video. It is about 90 plus degrees, and I'm trying to get this in one continuous shot. I'm not having any heating issues anymore after the update. And we're about 2.5 minutes in, and the Pixel's still doing pretty good. I'm at kind of a mild range walk. And this is probably gonna be the longest straightaway of the video, folks. I'll stop at about 3 minutes though, because I know you don't want to see too much of this. All right, here's both. You see the sky back there. They're both doing good. Front cameras look great on both. iPhone looks really good though. Now for this part of the video, the Pixel does not do cinematic video on the front. So I'm stuck with doing it with the rear, but it's super windy out and you get some gist of what it can do. I am walking at a pretty nice pace. Like I said, I haven't had any overheating issues since that first got out the box, because there was an update afterwards, but it was actually a camera update. So take a look at this footage. Now here is camera A for cinematic video. And the reason I like cinematic video so much is because this is the way I prefer to vlog. Now, I use the Sigma lens for the majority of my footage, or else I use the Viltrox, or I use my 24mm pancake lens, all of which give you a portrait style video. And the colors are different on every last one of those camera lenses. But I will say, depending on the camera that you're using, whether it's Sony or Canon, you will get a different color science. And the same thing applies with phones. So in most situations, a person can probably tell which is the iPhone and which is the Pixel. But forget about that. Just look at camera A and camera B and check out this cinematic video. Now remember, I'm not going to cheat and tone down the iPhone to 1080p just because the Pixel can't do it. I give the advantage to the iPhone for being able to record 4K 30 cinematic on the front and the rear. That is a huge plus. But how's the quality compared to Google's 1080p cinematic video? Sample number 2 from camera A. All right, now here is camera B, pretty much sitting in the same spot because I'm using the rear camera on both, so I'm kind of making sure I got it in angle as close as I can. But this is camera B, and you can see a difference more than likely. By now, you're probably screaming in the comments saying, oh, I know which is which. But even if you know which is which, just really look at the quality. Try not to judge just because you think you know which phone is which. Genuinely look at the quality and the footage it's producing. That is what the reason I'm doing it as a blind test, even though I know you can probably see, or you probably have an idea of which is which, but give each phone a chance and look at quality. That is the sole purpose of this video, is to look at quality. Now, another advantage that the iPhone has when it comes to video recording is that it is unlimited. It is unlimited recording. I can record until the phone shuts off and overheats, which has happened maybe once or twice, but I was recording for over an hour, and that's phenomenal. And it did, I don't even know if it shut off. I think it just kind of gave me a warning or something like that. Battery saver came on or something. I don't know what it was. But you can record unlimited with the iPhone, which is what I wish other phones could do. They just have a problem with heating. Like nearly every Android phone I've used can't go 2 hours on recording. So, you know, I haven't tested every Android phone. Let me be clear here. The Android fans get a little upset. But again, focus on quality, man, because there are advantages and disadvantages to both of these devices. But you're going to be able to pick the one that you think looks best in your eyes. And one thing you need to remember also is you got to remember the screen that you're watching it on says a lot too. Like if you're watching on a phone, you're watching on a TV. If you can watch it on a 4K TV of this video, I suggest you do that, and you'll get a better sense of how these cameras are actually doing versus a phone. So here's another sample from camera B. So this is camera A in the shaded area. Just a regular 4K 30 video on the front camera. Remember, it's windy out, no microphones or nothing. And I'm gonna step out into the sun so you can see how it is. Pardon the squinting, but it is really freaking sunny out and warm. Let's get it. You can see the footage from camera A. What do you think? They both look fire, if you want me to be honest. Yeah, they look good. Now here is another sample from camera B. I am outside in the back. This is the front video, 4K. Nothing, just a regular 4K video. It's so bright and so hot. I was gonna go for a walk, but it is really, really hot outside, and I don't think I have it in me. So I'm gonna work out here at the house, but let's go out into the sun. Whew. You can see the front camera on camera B, looking pretty smooth. Yeah, this is it. Let's go to camera A now. All right, here's the rear camera on camera A in the shaded area. I'm gonna step out into the sun, and you know, we'll see how this thing looks. I know it's gonna look really good. Whew. Pardon all the squinting. It's bright out here, folks. But this is camera A, and this is it out here in the bright sunlight. I will tell you this, the screen on both of these phones is bright, like when you're looking at content on them, but the iPhone takes it for sure. It's a much brighter screen in direct sunlight. Anyway, let's switch over to camera B, rear camera. All right, so here's camera B, windy setting. I mean, super windy, but I'm gonna step out into the sun. Woo! At the recording of this video, it's early in the morning, and folks, I'm tell you, it is warm out here. I mean, like for real, like 90 probably. But I do love the weather. But here's the footage. I'm gonna shoot some footage on my flash so you can see just how windy it really is. Like you can probably hear the wind cutting in and out while I'm talking or whatever, but it's windy out. Camera B. Camera A, the wind is here. Wow, it's really windy out here. I'm loving it though. This weather is nice though. This is camera B. You can see the wind blowing. Whoa, it is windy. Here's camera A, cinematic video at the highest resolution it can do. And look at how beautiful this looks. It's incredible. You know what I mean? Camera A bringing it. Very nice. I'm telling you folks, I love cinematic video. I mean, it's something about cinematic video. I just think this is the way people should vlog, but that's just personal preference. Some people don't like cinematic video. Some people do. But I think cinematic video is the way to go. All right, here's camera B, cinematic video, highest resolution it can do. And now I'm gonna step out into the sun, watch how it pops, see how you like it. Ooh, that wind kicked in, man. Ooh. Cinematic video though. So lovely. Just soak it all in. You know what I'm saying? Let me know what you think about this quality too. Gotta love it. Now here's camera A's final stance in this video comparison in cinematic video, sitting back in the office. This is what camera A can bring at its highest resolution in cinematic video in this particular setting once more. So after watching all this content, it wasn't a lot, but it was enough to kind of give you some sense of what Apple is bringing and what Google is bringing. What do you think is the right way to go for you? There's no wrong answer. It's just a matter of which one you like better. Now, personally, I like them both, but I do have a favorite, but I'm not going to say it in this video because why? I want you guys to determine which one you like better. Now, let's close out with camera B. So camera B, on the final note, this is the best that camera B can offer for cinematic video at its highest resolution indoors. You can see the way it produces the footage. Throughout this video, I want you to look at edge detection on both phones when you're looking at cinematic videos. Sometimes they can have a problem with that and it can look kind of weird. But nonetheless, camera B brought all it could bring. And I hope you guys enjoyed this comparison video, strictly done with just the phones. And I think it's pretty interesting to see what this comment section is going to be like, because whether you're Team Apple or Team Google, you have to admit, both of these devices really bring the thunder. They're top notch. Both of them are. So it's your man Jay. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.